Now let's move to multiplication. 492 times 34, and so put it again with our pretty little colours. What I want you to realise is that this is actually the same as saying let's take 4 multiplied by 492 plus 30 times 492. That 3 there is of course not 3, it's 3 tens, which is 30. So we can split the calculation up into 492 times 4 plus 492 times 30. Let's do the first one, 492 times 4. Well, 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 9 is 36. Okay, now of course the 9 is in the tens here, so it's not actually 36, it's 36 tens, which is 360. So what we'll do there is we'll put the 6 in the tens part, but then we got the 300, so we'll carry that 3 over there. Now let's do 4 times 4, which is 16, plus the 3 that we just carried over. So 16 plus 3 is 19. So we'll put the 9 there and carry the 1 into the next column. So if we were just 492 times 4, it's 1,968. But of course now we need to do 492 times 30. So in order to take into account we're multiplying it by 30, that means that there's a nothing going to be in the ones column because everything's multiplied by 30 by 3 tens. So we'll put a 0 in there to take that 0 into account there. Okay, now we'll go 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 9 is 27. So we'll put the 7 there and carry the 2. And then 3 times 4 is 12. Well, 12 plus the 2 that we had to carry is 14, and so we put the 4 there and carry the 1 there. Okay, now we add those together just like we said. So 8 plus 0 is 0, 6 plus 6 is 12, so that's 2, carry 1 over there. 1 plus 9 plus 7 is 17, so that's 7, carry 1 right there. 1 plus 1 is 4, is 6, and then of course this one here, bring it down there. So 492 times 34, easy to do on your calculator, almost as easy to do on paper just by following this process of so-called long multiplication. And the long multiplication is you break it down into, in this case, 2 steps. If you had another number here, it would be 3 steps, 4 steps, and so on. Just every time you shunt one over to do the multiplication, you put a 0 down there to take care of that shunting over a space. Now there is an extra way or a different way of doing this that's described in a couple of the textbooks that I've seen, and so I thought, well, I might as well do it, even though I think it's a rather silly way. But of course, who knows what's silly to one person might be wonderful to others. So first thing you do is you set up the table with one number along the top and another one down the side. So here 492 along the top and 32 down the sides. Now you put in lots of diagonal lines, so you're breaking it up nicely. And then you start doing multiplication within those boxes. Okay, so what we've got here then is 3 times 2 is 6, or 0, 6. Okay, 3 times 9 is 27, so 2, 7. 3 times 4 is 12, so 1, 2. Now I'll put in the next boxes. 4 times 2 is 8, 4 times 9 is 36, and 4 times 4 is 16. So we end up with these nice little diagonal boxes, and the reason we've stuck them in diagonals is just because we're doing the multiplications each time, and that might be a 1 digit at the end. 2 times 3 is 6, so we put a 0 in there, or of course we might have 3 times 9, 27, so we have to put the 2 and then the 7. Now we add up those diagonals. Essentially what I'm going to do now is I'm going to remove the horizontal and the vertical lines from each of these diagonals so you can see the full diagonal there. So this one here just had an 8, so that's an 8. This one here had a 6 and a 0 and a 6, so that's 2, carry 1 there. Now we've got 0, 7, 3, 6, 1. Add that up, 7 plus 3 is 10, plus 6, 16, plus 1 is 17, so that's 7, carry 1. 2 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1 is 6, carry 1, and we're done. Okay, so either way you want to do that, I would like you to practice it a little bit. We can work on it in class if a lot of you want to work on it. On the other hand, if there's just 1 or 2 of you have an issue with this, there's nothing wrong with that. Then we can work out just some individual instruction as needed.